have a special treat for you today. We are with Melinda and Ben Harden, and they are in this amazing space above their business, which is, it's a coffee shop. What's it called?
It's Harvest Coffee and Cafe. It's actually a cafe, coffee shop, bar, catering service, event space. Do a lot.
Whatever you need, right?
Melinda had a desire and an overwhelming passion to start a business on Main Street that served healthy fare. Melinda has a master's degree in holistic wellness, and so living in small town Shelbyville, there wasn't a whole lot of healthy food options for us here, and so Melinda took that project by the horns and opened up a cafe in one of the spaces that we own in a building here on Main Street, and it's about 2.5 years old now. And about 6 weeks ago, we started a craft beer bar and bourbon bar. So we have over 104 different craft beer options and over 30 bourbons. And it's been doing very well.
And so tell us how you found this space, because right now it's beautiful, but it wasn't so pretty when you found it.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, so both Melinda and I are from here in Shelbyville. And we both went to high school here. Both moved away after high school, went to college in different places, and then both ended up back here in Shelbyville around the same time. And we started dating once we moved back here, and we found ourselves going out of town to do anything, out to eat, any kind of entertainment, and we just wished that there was something more in Shelbyville for us. So we really had to have a heart-to-heart conversation when we first got married, whether or not we were going to stay in Shelbyville or were we going to move away, maybe to a bigger city, maybe even out west. So as we were having that conversation, this particular building came for sale, and we couldn't reach an agreement on a purchase price. And lo and behold, a big sign appeared in the window here that said absolute auction. And so the owner of this building had to relinquish the building, unfortunately, but fortunately for us, we were able to buy it. And then the fun really began. We started the project of renovating this upstairs space into a residence. But it wasn't as easy as putting some paint on the walls and cleaning off the cobwebs. It was a 4-year process that we're still in the process of getting everything done.
So it is amazing to me that you saw this space that had cobwebs and choppy rooms, and you envisioned what it turned out to be. What was that process?
Wow, a lot of dreaming, right?
Yeah,
a lot of...
Ben would come home when we first came up into the space. I do remember, to backtrack just a smidge, he would come home and go, man, if someone gets that space and doesn't do something awesome with it, we're gonna move. Like I will not be able to drive by it. So the dreaming sort of began under our roof at the time. And then coming up, I think just our personalities, we sort of look at things as a canvas, like how could we create from that? So it didn't scare me as much when there were choppy rooms and it was just a mess. I think Ben came up one time even in a hazmat suit. It was crazy. So when we got inside the space, we had so many different ideas of how we were going to do it. I think just figuring out how to make it look not like a normal home inside of this amazing space, and then not to make it so out of the ordinary that didn't feel homey and cozy. That was probably our biggest challenge, is how to take this big space, not make it ostentatious, still make it really comfortable and livable. And
Right. Yeah, and one of the challenges was, there's only light coming in from the front and only light coming in from the back. So how do you get light throughout the space and still feel like a home, but not trying to block any of that natural light coming in? So we added skylights in the main hallway. We added windows in the bedrooms. We added a rooftop deck. And so that was one of Melinda's requests, that if we move downtown, I've got to have a space where I can go outside. And so that was an adventure in itself. We had to get 40-foot long steel I-beams that were 18 inches tall And we had to cut sections of the roof out in order to drop the steel beams inside of the roof in order to carry the load for the deck. And as we were cutting some of the roof out, partial roof collapse in the retail space down below. And once that happened, it started to pour down rain for 2 days, and so it was a complete mess. But you know, you live and learn from those situations, and you know, it has to be done. And so, and you learn quickly how to adapt to fix things. So, for example, the ceiling, the roof trusses are now exposed, but there used to be a pine tongue and groove wood ceiling with tin attached to it. And the space up here was empty for decades, and so pigeons had taken over. And once we started taking the tin down and taking the wood down, there was 6 inches of pigeon droppings that we somehow had to get out of here. And again, it's not something as simple as taking a broom or a shop vac and cleaning it all out.
So right now we're in your family room. Is this what you would call the family room? And for those at home, the space goes all the way back. How many square feet is this building?
In total, our living space here is 5,000 square feet. And like I say, it just had windows in the front and windows in the back. We took up all of the wood flooring out of here, all the wood in the walls and all the wood in the ceilings, and we planed it down and reinstalled it. So that was a painstaking effort in itself. We had to run steel beams from the basement of this building all the way up to help support the load. How do you get 20-foot 2x12s up a flight of stairs to make a turn into the space? Logistically, you had to really plan on a lot of things. So we ended up bringing up through the front windows. We had to shut down Main Street several times just to get drywall up here, lumber up here.
Thank God we had free coffee to offer people at the end of that.
So speaking of design and the other rooms in the house, you know, we're in the family room right now. So can you describe the other rooms to the viewers, the kitchen, the master bedroom?
Well, yeah, so it's really a concept to where do you even start when you come up with a blank empty space that's 5,000 square feet. Where do you even start? Okay, well, where's the master bedroom gonna go? We had even kicked around the idea of taking the roof off and expanding up, which was absurd. So we just kind of started taking it one step at a time. Started with one room at a time and just kind of grew from there.